By the authority given in the statutes of the Open University, I declare this congregation open for the conferment of degrees and the presentation of graduates. Guests, graduates, family, friends, it's my absolute joy to welcome you to the first of the Open University degree ceremonies of this season in 2022. I'm Martha, I'm your Chancellor, and it's my job to make sure that you don't fall off the stage, that you walk off with your degree, and that we have as much noise as possible in this hall this morning. So I'd also like to begin by welcoming Dr. Richard Rieser, who is our honorary graduate today, and we'll be hearing more about him later in the ceremony. Each year, our university awards qualifications to all of you who've achieved higher education degrees, and more than 10,000 graduates will be celebrating over the course of this year. For me, it's definitely the highlight of my job being your Chancellor. Hearing your stories, seeing your faces as you come across the stage, and getting to celebrate with you and your families is a real privilege. We hold ceremonies all through the United Kingdom, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. And what you've achieved is really a momentous thing. So I urge you to enjoy today. Don't be nervous. Celebrate everything that has got you to here. And please know that we're all so proud of you and everything that you have done. Now, maybe you can tell by my pink hair and my funny shoes, I'm not a very serious person, although this is a very serious moment. But I urge you, and I mean this sincerely, to make sure that we make as much noise as possible for people as they come across the stage. Shouldn't be too sober an occasion. This is a celebration. So with that in mind, can I ask all the graduates that can to stand? Thank you. And we're going to have a practice cheer for them, okay? And I've done a lot of these degree ceremonies, so I'm going to give you a mark out of 10, and if it's not good enough, we're going to do it again. So please welcome and congratulate all of the graduates that we have with us today. Not bad. Very good. Okay, that is quite honestly the first time in about 100 ceremonies that I haven't had to do it again, so well done. This is going to be a great morning. Graduates, please sit down where you are. Thank you. There's another way that you can celebrate today, and that's by using social media, so please take photos, post them, share them, and let me just get the hashtag right. If you use the hashtag OUFamily, then we'll see them all and we can collate them and we can celebrate in each other's successes. So today's ceremony is going to begin with the presentation of graduates who've gained higher degrees and postgraduate diplomas, first degrees in arts, engineering, and Bachelor of the Law. They're going to be presented by Nicholas McCart, Director of Operations, Student Recruitment and Fees, and Academic Services. Then we'll award our honorary degree to Mr. Richard Rieser, and Dr. Duce, our Senior Lecturer and Staff Tutor from Science, Technology and Engineering, will present his honorary degree. And then we're going to move on to those who've got science degrees, foundation degrees, and diplomas in higher education. Then I'll make some small remarks and we'll do some more shouting. So without any further ado, I call upon Mr. Nicholas McCart to present the graduates.
Chancellor, I shall now present graduates who have gained higher degrees and postgraduate diplomas and have been able to attend here today. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, I present to you for a thesis entitled Grace at the Edge of the World, a Novel, and the Blue Road, Place and Belonging in Contemporary Irish Fiction, Deirdre Lynn. And for a thesis entitled Structural, Optical and Photoelectrochemical Properties of H-Ti-O2 Nanoparticle, Ti-O2 Mo-S2 Nanocomposite and Ti-O2 Bi-VO4 Core Shell Nanoparticle Structures, I present Manan Mehta. I present to you for the degree of Master of Arts in Art History, Sally Ford. For the degree of Master of Arts in Creative Writing, I present Rochelle Livey. For the degree of Master of Arts in Crime and Justice, I present Yvonne Wilson. For the degree of Master of Arts in History, I present Charlotte Twyman. For the degree of Master of Arts in Translation, I present Nadine Schubert. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, I present Priscilla Alarican. Niktahar Denizo. Laura Dowie. Andy Drake. Graham Everest. Samuel Kennard. Tina Reckel. Karina Sampson. Adam Sidders. Harriet Thompson. For the degree of Master of Business Administration Leadership Practice, I present Vincent Adegoke. Seda Bello. Olivia Cousins. James Goodwin. Chris Moriarty. For the degree of Master of Business Administration Technology Management, I present Nico Bezika. Adrian Caruana. For the degree of Master of Education, I present Marcia Blair. For the degree of Master of Laws, I present Laura Jane Leggett. For the degree of Master of Science in Advanced Networking, I present Joel Rubin. For the degree of Master of Science in Development Management, I present Lillian Kia. For the degree of Master of Science in Environmental Management, I present Beth England. For the degree of Master of Science in Human Resource Management, I present John Harrison. For the degree of Master of Science in Mental Health Science, I present Poppy Gibson. Clary Suzanne. Chris Yule. For the degree of Master of Science Open, I present Francisca Adai Afriyi. For the degree of Master of Science in Science, I present Ed Michael Carbonell. Jason Rawding. For the degree of Master of Science in Space Science and Technology, I present Aidan Gorham. For the degree of Master of Science in Technology Management, I present Michael Phillips. And for the Postgraduate Diploma in Social Work, I present Linda Drew. Chancellor, I shall now present graduates who have gained Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Engineering and Bachelor of Laws degrees and have been able to attend here today. The full subject details are printed in the insert within the ceremony programme. I present for the degree of Bachelor of the Arts, Soraya Alareka. Lee Allen. Eve Allen Jones. Michael Apted. Sue Ashford. Sadiq Assam. Adrian Azola. Adam Baldwin. Sorry? Gina Baldwin. Dagmar Bannerman. Liam Barker. Sanya Barron. Susanna Barriga. Bruno Batista. Chloe Bierman. Kaylee Besant. Sarah Bolwell. Megan Booty. Toby Botha. Sophie Box. Bethany Ann and Edward Breen. Sylvia Brown. Catherine Buchanan. Kevin Burke. Khalil Campbell. Amy Campbell Nottage. Stacey Carter. Hannah Casatari. Anna Chapman. Alice Generera. Sophie Churchill. Astrid Clark. Michelle Bename. Katie Coles. James Cooper. Brooke Coy. Hannah Cronin. Brian Cross. Leslie and Ian Couthel. Faris Dar. Snaina Dar. Congratulations. Will Davis. Amelia Davis. Roxanne Day. Faiza Derris. Julie Draper. Bethany Dredge. Susie Elliott. Wafa Fagi. Frank Faith. Juliana Ferreira Manier. Ellie Freeman. Jennifer Gammons. Ernesta Gempler. Adele Greco. Erica Graham. Bill Hammond. Mary Griffiths. Megan Hampton. Katie Harben. Sarah Haramat. Neera Hart. Sam Haywood. Well done. Tracy Hennigan. Fiona Hewer. Jack Hibbins. Lindsay Hyder. Jessica Hunt. Gabriella Hutchings. Well done. Rosh Jaffrey. Emma Jennings. Claire John. Abby Josie. Jocelyn Kashiri. Neelam Kaur. Sarah Kazanes. Victor Keane. Sumaya Khan. Fabio Lungju. Ross Lee Ewins. Helen Lyles. Chinyere Lindsay. Aaron Littlewood. Francesca Machuca. Matt Markham. Marta Matuszkiewicz. Francoise McDermott. Maya McAvoy. Danielle Morehouse. Sarah Morehouse. Robert Morgan. Kaylee Mortlock. Andrew Mpanga. Midalaka Nakvi. Francis Neal. Christopher Neera. Asuiniman Abayuji. Margaret Obisamankwa. Ederin Orishutimanhind. Kaylee Osborne. Annie Parker. James Parsons. Zarina Patel. Josephine Pedersen. Hannah Ford. Alison Pigeon. Anna Pierre. Liz Polson. Louise Robertson. Paige Raoul Goodyear. Megan Rowley. Sedit Sarkissian. Tri Sastrawan. Daniel Savadent. Rebecca Seeley. Rachel Shannon. You made it. William Slade. Zendi Solis. Dahlia Southern. Robert Spence. Ekaterina Stikova. Simon Stevenson. Sarah Stewart. Well done. Lucy Summers. Jodie Taylor. Nora Tahiri. Well done. Huang Tran. Nicole Veriato. Stephen Walker. Ria Watts. Alan Webb. Daniela Wells. Pauline Wells. Mike Westman. Eleanor White. Christian Whiteside. Molly Whitley. Congratulations. Well done. Holly Williams. Well done. You made it. Claire Wonnacott. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, I present Lewis Kingdon. Ian Lee. And for the degree of Bachelor of Laws, I present Trinico Bassano. Natalie Brown. Deborah Carrington. Laura Connolly. Sarah Easy. Congratulations. Dale Gibbons. Jake Holden. Michalis Cassius. Anagala Kierans. Afir Kwarteng. Isabel Hoyet. Aisha Majid. Amy Jo Morris. Emily Prio. Paige Tarry. Charlotte Topless. Katrina Velez. Andrew Whittingham. And Warren Wise.
Chancellor, colleagues, graduates and guests. Richard Riser is a teacher and activist who has campaigned tirelessly for the rights of disabled people, especially in education. Richard acquired his mobility impairment from the polio virus when he was 9 months old. He is also dyslexic, though this was not recognised or diagnosed until much later. Richard studied geography and social sciences at King's College London, and then at the London School of Economics. Attracted to left-wing politics, he became involved in the trade union movement and worked as a shop steward before retraining as a teacher. And Richard taught geography for more than a decade at Hackney Downs Boys' School and then went to work for the Inner London Education Authority to help bring a disability into the curriculum. Now, this brought him into contact with the disability rights activists, which transformed his views on inclusion and mainstream education. In 1989, he co-authored his first book on disability equality, which was sent to every school in London and every local authority in the country. And Richard has devoted his life to transforming education for students and teachers with their disabilities. All his work comes from a social model approach in which it is the barriers of attitudes, environments, and organisations that disable people with long-term impairments. He is a leading expert on educational inclusion, advising teachers, schools, local authorities, and the government, as well as organisations like Comic Relief and the Anti-Bullying Alliance. In 2009, he founded World of Inclusion, which promotes training and advice on all aspects of disability and education to teachers in the UK and around the world. And Richard contributed to the United Nations Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities, particularly the right to inclusive education enshrined in Article 24. He has since campaigned to ensure it is implemented effectively. He has been a Vice Chair of the Council for Disabled Children and a Chair of the Alliance for Inclusive Education and served on the National Advisory Group on Special Educational Needs. He was Vice Chair of the Disability Working Group at the National Union of Teachers for more than 20 years. He is also General Secretary of the Commonwealth Disabled People's Forum. In 2010, Richard founded Disability History Month in order to document the past and shape the future for people with disabilities. It aims to protect rights, advance inclusion, and celebrate achievement and success. Each year, he has organised thematic months which examine different aspects of the lives of people with disabilities, from cultural representations to accessibility to relationships. In the wake of the pandemic, this year's focus will be on health and well-being. Few people can have done so much to improve the lives of people with disabilities as Richard Riese, and he has recently been recognised with an OBE. Through his focus on human rights and his emphasis on inclusion rather than integration, Richard has proved himself a powerful advocate and a much-needed champion of students and teachers with disabilities. We are honoured to recognise his life. Now, Chancellor, by the authority of the Senate, I present to you, for the honorary degree of Doctor of the University, Richard Riese.
Chancellor and colleagues, I thank you very much for this honour and for the Open University for recognising the work that I've done over these many years. In fact, 43 years working on disability equality and only a mere 13 years on Disability History Month. But I think also I accept this on behalf of the UK Disabled People's Movement. Its analysis based on the fact that what disadvantage we have as disabled people is mainly created socially and is not to do with our particular impairments. And this needs to be developed on a much wider understanding, because if it is just seen as an individual problem, the oppression that generally disabled people face in our country and around the world is not recognised. Across time, different cultures and geographies, those who are physically or mentally different, have been singled out for ridicule, discrimination and violence, regardless of the culture. Theories based on superstition, myth, religion, or false science, such as eugenics, have been used to justify this oppression. Whilst other discriminations are recognised and generally challenged, though not always successfully, as in the case of the widespread sexism currently in our society, discriminatory disableism, which I call discriminatory, oppressive, abusive behaviour arising from the belief that disabled people are inferior to others, remains a significant and largely unrecognised detrimental force in society. Even though it's in the Equality Act, it's the implementation that matters. Perhaps the reason is it feeds on the individual attribution of otherness based on what we cannot do or find difficult. For millennia, attitudes, environments, human organisations has been based on the normal. Some have argued that the social construction of disability dates from the Industrial Revolution. I would differ from that, having studied this in many cultures. While exclusion was reinforced by the uniformity required by factory production, it is evident in all phases of history. Those not able to access a livelihood have been forced to rely on the charitable crumbs from the table, reinforced in literature and media by persistent stereotypes. No sense of privilege or human rights existed for disabled people until the UN Convention on the Rights of People with Disability in 2006. Even when the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was brought together in 1948, largely on the prompting of Eleanor Roosevelt, after the disastrous Second World War and what had led up to it, we had to fight for our rights to be included. And this took a further 70 years. In many ways, we were not perceived as human. Rather than embracing this overdue corrective, the UK governments of different hues have continued to put forward reservations based on outdated ideas. Example, the government, starting with Labour government and then Conservative, have had a reservation on inclusive education. In other words, favouring segregation of our young people as they grow up. All the evidence from the UN and all institutions around the world is that this is contrary to good sense and what should be done. As a corrective to this, recently, the government, in its Green Paper, argued we should go back to inclusion without recognising the barriers that they themselves had created of a narrowed curriculum, high-stakes testing, and dropping many subjects that many disabled students favoured, such as music and the arts and drama. You can't mend something without analysing what the problem is, and yet that's what the government do so often, and not just this government. As we enter a deepening crisis, many of the minor gains that we have made as disabled people will disappear, I'm afraid. An example over the last 3 years, you will have heard the word vulnerability. Our vulnerability to COVID led to us dying at the rate 3 times other people in the population did. This is a nonsense. We knew from the start that certain groups of people, certain groups of disabled people would be at higher risk. What were the safeguards that were put in place? None. In fact, people were discharged with the virus into homes full of disabled people. And is it then any surprise that they died at a much higher rate? This almost criminal irresponsibility shows that disability is far down the agenda of those who take decisions in our society. It is time to challenge rampant individualism and self-interest and restate values that aim to challenge structural inequality and bring people together around our common humanity. And at the centre of that must be the inclusion of the excluded. Challenging barriers that create inequity must be at the heart of a movement for a sustainable world. This is not helped, I have to say, by post-Foucauldian increasing relativism and intolerance, where many social media approaches distort views of personhood bearing little relationship to the material existence and with little learning from history. To quote and end, I quote from Auden, the poet, who wrote before the previous catastrophe I mentioned, 39 to 45, with 50 million people murdered or dying. We must love one another or die. I thank you for this. Thank you.
Chancellor, continuing the presentation of graduates, I shall now present those who have gained Bachelor of Science degrees, foundation degrees, and diplomas of higher education and have been able to attend here today. The full subject details are printed in the insert within the ceremony programme. I present for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Habiba Ajaz. Abiola Alabede. Martin Ayling. Dominique Ambrose Green. Enrique Arellano. Chevela Baskevajuta. Sarah Barbara. Alistair Beveridge. Lucy Black. You made it. Phyllis Bongaman. Declan Booth Brennan. Lorette Burrows. Elizabeth Burton. Nicola Cartwright. Gitty Jontal. Rachel Clark. Rochelle Copeland. Gazelle Deleri. Brenda Daly. Esmeralda Dano. Anita Da Silva. Rihanna Devonshire. Leanne Duffield. Juicy Esposito. Tegan Fallows. Kelly Froud. Lauren Field. Jordan Flynn Westwood. Oh, congratulations. Well done. Darren Black. Zuzana Volinova. Megan Gare. Demi Gary. Denny Durant. Jill Gill. Anthony Goff. Alpa Gorsia. Leo Green. Lisa Harvey. Georgia Hay. Matt Heath. Annabelle Hinks. Teresa Hocking. Deborah Hoole. Sisters. And her sister, Michael Hoole. David Horton. Gavin Hosking. Mark James. And Rebecca Nagel. Danielle Jones. Claire Kirby. Thomas Kirkby. Alexander Lamond. Well done, congratulations. Jane Mayer. Loretta Mangan. Neve Martin. And for First Class Honours Social Psychology, Jessie Martinez Medias. Amy Matthews. Declan Meal. Susanna Merrifield. Sandeep Mistry. Chibuzo Mora. Rivka Menahem. Amber Murphy. Tamsin Myatt. Danica Needham. Angelique Needling. Ezekiel Niamondo. Makutso Muchumei. Ivona Olcheska. Olabisi Omotosho. Victoria Pament. Becky Parker. Amanda Raphael. Liam Ransley. Peter Reed. Julian Reinhardt. Sharon Sadler. Helen Sargent. Nicole Scott. Caitlin Seven. Dan Smith. Debbie Silva. Jessica Saw. Monica Stanika. Tracy Tant. Karen Taylor. Lauren Tempest. Well done. Nikki Todd. Congratulations. Jabir Udin. Carolis Vetonis. Lauren Ward. Elise Warwick. Nancy Wasike. Christina White. Stacey Whitham. Peter Williams. Wendy Winter. Rachel Winters. Elizabeth Anfield. Megan Wright. And for a foundation degree, Erin Dodsworth Featherstone. Catherine Mensah. Thandi Zungu. And for the Diploma of Higher Education, I present Lloyd Butler. Robert Edmonds. Nathaniel Green. Maria Kuyunda. Elizabeth Thomas. Aurelia Shipangu. And David Yabal.
Well, that was fantastic. Congratulations to all of our graduates. What an achievement and an amazing moment that I hope you will savour. I am so delighted to be able to stand across the stage and see sometimes nervous, sometimes hysterical, often crying faces coming towards me. And it's a sign of the very deep achievement that you have completed today. Now, we all know that the idea of part-time learning is a complete nonsense at the Open University. Most people are working, probably have a family, might be dealing as a carer, maybe have suffered a bereavement, might be facing a disability. So I think we can all agree that you're not part-time learners, you're double-time learners. And anybody who disagrees with me, I have 2 sticks. And because so many of you have got so many other pulls on your time as well as the impressive studying that you're doing, I know and I can tell from the incredible noise in the crowd, for which thank you, and the amazing love outpouring when they come across the stage, that many of you would not have been able to be here without your support networks in whatever form they take. So can we have probably what needs to be the biggest cheer of the morning for the people that have come to support you today. Thank you. Thank you, because we know without your love and care, people here today would have had a much harder time completing what they wanted to study. As you know, the Open University was founded in the late 1960s, a university of the air, as Harold Wilson, the Prime Minister, called it, a digital university, a university where everybody was welcome. And you now join an amazing alumni network of people that have graduated from our university, people all over the country doing incredible things. And we hope that you'll stay in touch and that this will just be the start of a different chapter of your journey with the Open University. Our motto, as you see behind us, is learn and live. And I really urge you to take that with you when you leave this auditorium today. We need your help. You may have noticed that we're facing a few challenges right now. Cost of living, climate crisis, mass movement of peoples, all kinds of different pulls on us as human beings. But I know that with the incredible skills that you have built up and the entire OU family, we've got much more chance of success in cracking these problems. Last night, I was lucky enough to be at the Open University Research Excellence Awards for the people at the university that do research into some really difficult and knotty problems, from nanotechnologies to researching COVID to focusing on inclusion, and sustainability. This university is at the core of how I believe we can help solve some of the problems over the next decades. And I urge you to stay close to us, continue your learning, use what you've learnt, and go forth and make the world an even brighter place than it is today. We're all so proud of you and so proud to have you as part of the OU family. So before I officially draw these proceedings to a close, can I ask those graduates that can stand to stand for one last time, and we'll give them one last enormous cheer to send them on their way. You definitely get a prize. Well, you all get a certificate from me for the best cheering. Thank you. So now I'm going to draw the proceedings of the degree ceremony to a close. Would everyone who is able to stand in the congregation please stand? Thank you.